JB, good afternoon. Adam, how are you, brother?
Good, good, thank you. Good afternoon to you both as well. Absolutely honoured to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me
Good,
onto
good
the
to
Deadly
good to
podcast.
see your smiling face, Adam. You haven't been on for a while, so
Yes,
we look forward to catching up with you and seeing what you've been up to. To start off with, CJ is going to do his acknowledgement to country, even though there's so much going on around acknowledgements and welcomes these days. We're going to continue our little tradition, aren't we, CJ?
absolutely, brother. It's a thing, isn't it? It's a thing we do. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. I should say we try and acknowledge the country of the land we're currently
100%.
on. Yeah,
Yes.
in the world, yes. And so I've got to acknowledge country here.
Sorry, CJ, can you just explain maybe to the people that don't understand about welcome to country? Because it's not actually a welcome to Australia, is it? It's a
No,
welcome to our own countries,
yeah,
where
yeah,
we all have our own countries that we come from, and that's what we call them. You belong to one country, I belong to another, Adam belongs to another. So that's what we're actually welcoming and acknowledging is our own countries and
exactly.
the country we're presiding on at the moment.
That's right. Yeah, and that's as far as I know, and as for long as I know, that's what we do. It's just what we do. It's just you know, um, if we're on someone else's country, we acknowledge that person's country. We acknowledge also the things that have happened over history in that country, and we also acknowledge the custodians of that particular country, who looked after not only their people, but also everything else that belongs in that country. So I'm currently in Yurinji country. That's my mum's country. So I must pay my respects and acknowledge our people here, but also I need to acknowledge my father's country, which is up in the Torres Straits. Badigal people. He was from Badu. His family was from Badu. So I acknowledge those people. Actually, I should also acknowledge my Scottish ancestor, my great great grandfather. I should actually acknowledge my South Sea Islander Vanuatu grandparents as well. So, it's that sort of thing. But here I am on Yirinji country, and I need to acknowledge the people here in North Queensland, in Cairns, the region. Yimu was its name is, and the big celebrations up here this weekend. Over the last 5 days, they had Shining Festival, and there was a whole lot of cultural stuff happening, including what we're doing now is cultural or welcome to country, and it was pretty special, I suppose. So to see our people um, performing, also, at the markets had Aboriginal businesses in there, all that kind of stuff. So really good to see that out and about. It was pretty special. So that's where I'm from. I'm going to hand it over to you guys. Also, I must also say to our elders as well. Thank you very much. Acknowledge and recognise the things that you've done for us, and we hopefully continue to do for our descendants. Yeah.
Well said, brother. Well said and well explained. And I too. And yes, we're going to continue our tradition of acknowledging and welcoming and whatever feels right at the time or is right at the time. We'll continue to do that because it is such a tradition for us all. I just want to acknowledge all the traditional custodians wherever we work, meet, and play, and just pay the utmost respects to all our elders, past, present, and any up and coming. Pay respects to my mob, the Muddy Muddy people down there in southwestern New South Wales. Pay respects to the, um, you know, to everyone really that's watching, and and do it that way. And also, I'm back home in Maryvale, so I want to acknowledge the Gidable people as well. So and just pay tribute to them for allowing me to be here as well. And as you said, CJ, I just want to thank all our old people, our ancestors, and for getting us where we are today, and you know, fighting the fight for us. So, thank you. I'm going to hand you over to Anna Wooding, and It's been a while since Adam's been on, but we're looking forward to hearing about what he's been up to as well. So over to you, brother boy Adam.
Thank you, Jack and CJ. And of course, and I'm similar to you, brother Jack. I'm also living and working on Gidable country as well. So pay my respects to the Gidable mob and to my ancestors and my mob, the Wemba Wemba and Yorta Yorta as well. So thank you so much for inviting me on and having me back.
Well done,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah, we're looking forward to catching up with you, Adam. So, as I mentioned earlier, just before we went live, I suppose, been watching your progress and following you quite a bit. So, would love to hear about some exciting news from you, mate, and what you've been up to.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll try and be as short as I can because it's this last 4 to 6 weeks has been just a wild, crazy time. So been very fortunate to be very busy. I've been very excited to be part of a program through TAFE Queensland, which is called One Business, which is an incredible program that offers tailored kind of business support for in a lot of kind of remote communities and things. So I've been very fortunate to be helping out with the Doomadgee trip recently, and so just mentioning Doomadgee, I'd like to pay respects to the Wanyi and Gungalita people, and also Doomadgee is the homelands of the Garawa people as well. So being very honoured to be invited and welcomed to that community and be able to be part of that that incredible program, along with my friend and colleague Tiari Kelsall as well, who I think lives up your way, CJ, in Cairns as well. And so we've been very just really just so thankful to be able to work with the mob and the community up there on a number of amazing businesses and also doing a little bit of work with some of the TAFE students as well. So that's been an amazing journey to be part of that. So I've been up there 3 times so far over the last few months, and so once in October, towards the end of September. I'm sorry. Once towards the end of September, well, beginning of September, and then I actually was down in Naarm, down in Melbourne, for finishing the Murrah program that I was also really fortunate to be part of. So finished that, and then had a week back home, and then last week was back in Doomadgee again. So that's been a fair bit of traveling. On top of all of that, I was very fortunate to also work on the Gather Markets website. So they're an amazing markets that have started up on the Sunshine Coast, and so Carmel and I were very fortunate to build their website and launch that in the last month as well. We also delivered some workshops and things here as part of the local Chamber of Commerce, and we were also invited to be part of a conference called the Last Conference, which is like a technology kind of conference in Meanjin in Brisbane. And Carmel was the MC for that, and I did the acknowledgement, and we also ran a workshop on that day as well. And then we've also been working on our app, our Shopify app as well, that we recently built and launched, which is we've been doing some major changes to, on top of lots of other consulting and training and other things that we've had on the go. So it's been a really big 6 weeks. Also trying to squeeze some family time in there as well, which is really important. But family has definitely suffered a little bit over the last 6 weeks. But we're aware of that, and we're working on that as well. Yes, that's a quick wrap up of the last 6 weeks, which has been pretty full on.
Oh, very good, brother. Very good. Sounds interesting. It sounds exciting, and I know how much work you do for other small Indigenous businesses as well, brother. So, and I know that we benefit from your great skill and knowledge and Carmel's as well in helping us out. And as I always say, you've always helped us out, and it's been a long, long time now, Adam. So I do, on behalf of Middenbar, appreciate and respect and just love what you fellas do. So well done, and thank you again. And like it's sort of coming all. It's always been together, but like it seems like you're getting more. You're getting recognised more, and it's such a beautiful thing to see, brother, because you totally
Thanks.
deserve it, you too.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that, and we've just been really honoured that you have placed so much trust in us and allowed us the opportunity to work with Middenbar. So we're very thankful as well.
Now, I do have to. I'm not going to chip you, but it's something that me and CJ talk about a lot on here, and it's about looking after yourself. So we are going to have a little talk about that, about looking after yourself, and Carmel looking after herself, and doing those little things that you need to do, or else we don't want to see you run out of steam and not be able to do what you do best, brother. So we just like to talk about that, don't we, CJ? So
Oh, definitely, brother. Yeah, yeah. And listen, I've been thinking about, and also what you've been saying, Adam, is really, really interesting. It's a lot of work, and I think that I'm sure that in your planning, I suppose, there's going to come a time when your need for travel won't be so necessary because you've got people, utilizing the internet a lot better. I guess things like that. So really good, and it's great that you're working with the TAFE as well, because obviously they're getting some business skills or some technology skills that would help maintain what they're doing in terms of their presence, I suppose, in the business world. You know what I mean? So it's really it's always difficult at the beginning because it's always setting up that foundation. Getting it all set up and then watch it grow. You know what I mean? And jump in when you need to, really. So yeah, but definitely what JB was saying is about some self care, I suppose. How do we do that when we're in those moments? Yeah, I've been watching, and great thing you're doing. Also, you didn't mention the black coffee you have up at Warwick.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so that's another thing that you organise, all that kind of stuff.
We've got another one coming up this at the end of this week, actually, which we're really excited about. Yes, they've been going really well here on Gidable Country in Warwick. Really, really excited to see that community starting to come together, and also having some really amazing people that have been travelling to attend them as well.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, now, I was going to ask you that actually, because Warwick, I guess there'd be a number of Aboriginal businesses there. Yeah, absolutely. Do the non-Indigenous businesses come in as well to build relationships, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure if you cut out there for a second. Sorry, CJ, but we've got we have some deadly Aboriginal businesses here, and we're starting to also have some other business people from the community coming along and just building those relationships and creating more opportunities, and then also a number of representatives from organisations and kind of government as well that are and local council coming along as well. And it's all about building relationships and creating opportunities and nurturing existing relationships as well.
I must say, Adam, I've only been to one, and I do apologise to that, but not being around. Whenever we're here, we will support that. There's no dramas about that. But the beautiful thing, that the one that we did go to, I think there was 78 people there, brother. So absolutely fantastic, I think so, and good to see the Indigenous businesses and the non-Indigenous businesses coming together and having those having those conversations about how we can help each other, I guess. So
Yeah, definitely. And of course, there's never any pressure for anyone to or expectation for anyone to attend at all, brother. So please don't apologize. It's all about just if you can get there, then that's wonderful. But there's no pressure at all. But yeah, we've had very fortunate to have some really big turnouts and a lot of people attending.
And can I just say, CJ used to do the same thing on the Gold Coast. So so there's a bit of history there, fellas. So I think it's fantastic that
Yeah.
it's just something that's been around for a little while, but it's still shaping, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely.
fantastic.
I think, when I talked a little bit before about that foundation, and things happen and things like, black coffee's happening all over the country now. So early days, it was the Southeast Queensland Indigenous Chamber of Commerce that were having these coffee mornings and bringing in
Yeah, that's
revenue, creating networks, building our networks of business, I suppose. And then it went on and on and on. So it really is something that kind of sprouted off that. Which is great because it has its own energy. It has its own, has its autonomy, I suppose, and it's really good that that's been happening. I must actually try to organise one up in Cairns here. I think if there's one that does happen, I might just see if there's one on the site to see if there's anything happening this month. Aboriginal Business Month, of course, as well. Black Business.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, maybe there is. But yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be because my friend Tiari, who I went up to Gumaji with, I think that Tiari's might be involved in the Cairns Black Coffee. She was talking about that.
Yeah.
And just talking about Indigenous Business Month, I think we did the official launch of Indigenous Business Month from Gumaji this year, which was really exciting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, very honoured to be part of that.
Yeah, excellent.
Now, Adam, what do you got lined up for the rest of the year?
Great question, brother. A few more trips to Gumaji, and we've got a number of e-commerce projects and things that we're very fortunate to have, and so we'll be continuing to work on those. We've got big plans for our app as well over the next couple of months. Launching some big changes this week and big improvements, and then more features soon. Yeah. Sorry.
Let's just jump in. If people want to get involved with that app and that sort of stuff, how do they get involved with it? How do they just download it?
Just a really quick bit of background. So our app is for the Shopify platform, and it came about from working with a deadly business down in Victoria, organisation down in Victoria, Naramili, who they also have a hub. It's called the Moran Hub. So it's a hub, and it's specifically for Indigenous businesses. If you need a space to work from or have meetings at, or kind of co-working, things like that, it's an amazing space. And they also have a little gift shop in there with all Aboriginal products, and they have a cafe as well. So we're very, very fortunate to work with them on creating their online store and setting up their point of sale system to manage the in-person brick and mortar sales and processing sales and managing all of that. And when it got time to setting up the cafe products and all the cafe side of things, what we realized was that Shopify, it does normal products really, really well. Things like paintings and clothing and just anything that doesn't have a lot of variation, Shopify does really, really well. But when it came time to setting up the barista products, we realized that a coffee could come in, needs to be able to have a range of different milk choices, a number of sugars that you can add to it, maybe different heat levels, types of coffee, so two double shot or a decaf, just endless amount of different options that are required for selling coffee. And we realized that Shopify doesn't really do that very well out of the box. So that's where the idea came from for creating this app. So we built an app that it enables businesses who are using Shopify, particularly for in-person sales, if they need to sell coffee and tea and cafe barista products, it makes their lives a lot easier for those types of businesses. So for any businesses out there that have a physical store that would like to sell coffees and teas and things like that, then our app that kind of plugs into Shopify would work really well for that kind of business.
Fantastic. Well done, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's still early days. Got a lot of features and functionality that we're planning for it, but we're
now. I don't know who likes coffee, me or CJ more, but like we both do absolutely love our coffee. So I reckon this is going to make it a lot easier for not just the people selling it, but us as consumers as well. So I think that's fantastic, and thank you. No, thank you, because I think it's going to make it easier for everyone.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you very, very much.
Now, we have got a couple of people here. We've got David Eric Sutton. He said, "Hi, brothers. It's been a long time. I hope you're all well and safe." And then he said, "I hope all brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles take care of self-health." So, well done. Thanks, David, and hope you're well, brother. Hope you're doing well. We've got Derek Wilson there as well, and he said, "Good evening, brothers. G'day, Adam, and g'day all." And we've got Robert Ellis up there in Cairns watching as well. Hello, Robert.
Yep. Excellent. Very good. Very good.
Hello to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like you've got a lot on your plate at the moment then, Adam. So and don't forget self-care. Just keep factoring something in there that's gonna, I guess, refuel the battery or recharge the battery, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But are there any pressing or are there any exciting projects that you've got that you've kind of put to the side for the moment to do these jobs up in Doomadgee and also, elsewhere?
Thank you, CJ. Great question. We have in the background, we've been working on a few new e-commerce things that we're hoping to get happening next year sometime. So we've been working on a program. I don't like that word program very much, but I think it's the closest thing that describes what it is. So it's going to be have a component of in-person time with us, and we'll be working with businesses who would like to create an online store, get their products online, and we'll have a professional photographer and graphic artists and a few people there to really help businesses to fast track getting that happening over a few days, and then we'll be following that up with some online workshops and things as well. So that's something that we're working on in the background and hoping to make happen next year sometime. But apart from that, we're just continuing on with all of the things the work that we're doing, hoping to visit some other communities next year, and continuing with our e-commerce web development work and our one-on-one training and support things that we're doing, and other workshops and bigger programs as well. Yeah, that's and our continuing with our app development too. We're putting a lot of time and energy into that as well.
I always get excited when I hear about new business, and see businesses not only over socials but also in the news and stuff. It really is kind of exciting to see that happening, and I think that in terms of I can't say reconciliation. Maybe it's about cultural awareness, but it's really providing another avenue to be able to develop good relationships, to change some of the myths, I guess, that's going on around the country around Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I mean, you know, some of the things some of the old I don't know, the old blokes would say, and not our old blokes, but others would say that you know uh, that work, we don't do this, we don't do that, and yet now we've got guys, young ladies and fellas doing business. You know what I mean? And it's not only, I think it's great because when I hear about new business, it's exciting. There's been a few businesses that kicked on back in the 2000s, I guess, that are now huge businesses, which are fantastic. No one hears about them, you know what I mean? JB and Mibben Bar, they started back in 2000s, I believe, and they've been going for, 20 odd years now, JB. And it's really exciting when that you hear stories about that. And not a lot of people know about that stuff, you know what I mean? It's they don't even know it's what that's been happening. Living under a rock, I think, or just, I don't know what it is, but it is exciting for me when I hear about new businesses getting up and running. I think that the best part of that is when they not only get up and run, but they continue, like, they have that longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
continue to go. Yeah, and that, that old saying that only not many businesses survive the first year, let alone 5 years. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. So if they're still
Yeah,
here after.
absolutely, CJ. And I think that for us, we we love working with fellow Black businesses, and I think that we've been trading for over 60,000 years. I think that that trade is in our blood, and with the work that we do, it's really just about uh, applying what's already comes naturally to us, but just in the digital kind of space. So it's not really anything new. That it's just applying what we already know, and in the online, which then opens businesses up to being able to have an Australia-wide audience or even an international audience, and just that much bigger market. So I don't think that there's anything really new or unique necessarily. It's just applying what already comes naturally to the digital world. And I think that for us, we really love working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses, because every Black business, I think the the reasons that they're in business is always the same thing. It's always about future generations, creating opportunities for young people. It's about connection to culture, about connection to country, or caring for country as well. Um, it's about honouring our elders. It's all those reasons. It's always, we hear the same thing over and over again, and that's what I think makes Black businesses so special. And also, every Black business that we've worked with as well, everyone's doing something that's really close to who they are. It's an expression of who they are, um, whether it's being an artist, or whether it's uh, like Jack's doing with mental health and well-being and all those kind of things, or whether it's creating artifacts, or it's always something that's close to who that person is. It's part of their story and part of who they are. So that's, I think, some of the things that for us at least make Aboriginal businesses so special, and why we just love working in this space.
Well said, Adam, and good question too, CJ. Now, Adam, I think you're downplaying. Like, I love what you're saying about, we've been doing it for 60,000 years. Yes, yes, and we have. But the skills and wisdom and knowledge that you bring and Carmel brings to the setting, and you're able to share it with others. I think you're just downplaying a little there, because, like, every time I speak to you, I learn so much. I mean, I'm able to, you know, I forget so much that you show me, but one or two things will stick with me. But I know that if I need you, you're there, so I can then either ring you or make a time to have a yarn with you, and you do it so well that it's so well set up that anyone can get on to you to have those yarns, and you spend that quality time. It's just not about making up numbers. It truly is quality time, brother. So I
Thank you.
think I think that's just
No,
yeah.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, brother. And
Mm.
and I know that I've been hard to get onto sometimes a little bit lately, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, always here to help. Thank you.
Mm.
Now, we know you always get back to us, brother. Now, we have got a few other people on here as well. Robert Ellis said, "Good afternoon, gents." We've got Melinda Molly Shaw Rose watching. Marilyn Jones. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Melinda. Marilyn said, "Hi, lads." We got Lyndon Riley watching. Hello, brother. About time you come on and had a chat with us. Melinda said, "Evening, JB, CJ, and Adam. Finally free to get on at this time." So thank you, Melinda, and welcome again. It's been a while. And we've got Dwayne Good watching as well. So hello, brother Dwayne.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
G'day,
Graham
Dwayne.
Murray as well.
Very good. Wow.
You're attracting him, brother.
Oh, you are, bro. Yes.
Must be your good looks, brother.
Not me. You're talking to CJ.
Talking to you, Adam. Hey, Adam, I love what you said about, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have been, trading for years, in business for years. And it's all through that bartering, space where people have got commodities that, other countrymen would trade for, something in return. Now, since coming up here to Cairns, there's an organisation on the, I think it's up at Palm Cove or Trinity Beach. Anyway, they do that. They do that bartering, and it's not an Aboriginal group. And I think that it's really interesting that there's no money that changes hands. So if you were good at, I don't know, something that is sought after by another business, then and they've got something that would take in return, that would be something that could happen with our businesses. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting, and I think they have some sort of limit on it. They say up to $1,000 of services. That's about all we can offer, and then what you can deliver. You know what I mean? So what you can trade is up to $1,000 worth of goods or services. So really interesting thing that would actually help to transform maybe, or not transform, but to return our trade and our bartering, business, if you want to call that business, for our Aboriginal businesses. So it's,
that's really interesting, and I had not heard of that organisation and that happening, but it's something that I've already been doing a little bit in my business. Sometimes working with mob, and instead of any money changing hands, we'll often do it like a trade. So that painting behind me, I don't think you can see it very well, but it's that is from an incredible artist down in Victoria, Simone Thompson, and I was really loved working with Simone on helping her with her business, and in return, Simone sent me a really beautiful painting. So I've done that quite a lot with my business, and it just I love that, love doing that.
I'm doing it. Yeah, that's right.
It just feels really natural as well. So
it does, yeah, mate. I remember living on North Stradbroke Island and owning a pizza shop. So, some of the young blokes would come in with a crab or two, and they'd say, "Oh, CJ, I've got a crab or two here. Can we have a pizza?" And I said, "Okay, throw the crabs over, and I'll cook you up a pizza." So no money changed hands. They had no money, but I was able to get a couple of mud crabs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It makes it kind of, yeah. And then when they heard that, then they were bringing in prawns and asking me to make a prawn pizza for them, all that sort of stuff. So it's quite good in that term, in that sense, I guess. But that's for a customer. But obviously they've been working to catch the fish or catch the crabs or whatever they can catch. But so then they bring it in, and then we do a bit of a swap.
Yeah, and I think it's great, and it feel for me at least it feels that really special as well, and
Yes.
and all those exchanges that I've made all have a really special place in my heart, and I've got a lot of different artwork that's been through those kind of exchanges and other things like that. So it's just really special.
Beautiful, well done, and yeah, look, it was a big part, and it still is a big part, that bartering system, and like I suppose we all do it in a way, with our friends and family and those sort of things as well, So it's about just trying to help each other out, and you've got something that I might need, and I might have something that you might need, so just perfect, I think. Now we've got a question from Derek Wilson. He said, "Hi Adam, can the coffee beans be sources from overseas indigenous co-ops? I'm thinking solidarity here. Also, issues around First Nations foods and medicine. I read recently a small article along the lines of ensuring ownership and royalties stay with mob. This would allow financial returns to build ground up self-determination programs. Just a thought."
Yeah, beautiful, Derek. Absolutely. So with our app, we don't have any control over the businesses that use our app where they source their coffee beans and things from. But there is, I know that there is a few businesses that are a few Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses in here in Australia that are starting to sell coffee beans and things like that. So there is some really exciting things happening in that space here in Australia. And with your other point, Derek, as well around that kind of cultural IP and that sort of stuff, there are a number of resources and things out there. I know Terry Jenkins doing a lot of work in that space around cultural IP, and I think that IP Australia has a whole section, and I think they're building a team. I know they've got a few people that are dedicated to Indigenous IP in Australia through IP Australia. So that there's definitely some resources there around that, and definitely check out the work that Terry Jenkins is doing in that space.
Yeah, well, beautiful. We've also got Fred McGrady on. Hello, Fred. How are you, brother? Derek Wilson also said, "Hey, CJ, bartering worked well within communes."
Yeah, it certainly did. Yeah, and it left no trail of well, especially when it's a service for service, or service for goods, or whatever it might be. That there's no really trail, I guess, in terms of that transaction, because it's you're actually getting something for something that you've given. You know what I mean? And so it's really interesting, that whole process. And I'd really love to see something like that, build, I suppose. Well, we experience that in our own little businesses, but not only in say local areas, which would be great if that was the case. Especially, maybe throw that up as a bit of a subject, I guess, for your coffee, black coffee morning one, and see how that works. I can send you also, Adam, the website for these guys up here. They're not Aboriginal, but yeah, so we were going to go along to it last weekend, but we didn't get there. But we'll get along to the next one, I suppose. And because my wife's a teacher, so she was looking at doing tutoring for someone, and they'd give something back in return, the use of their pool. You know what I mean? So she can go swimming, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's really interesting. Local sport, local community.
And Derek just said, "Thank you, Adam. I will follow up on your suggestions."
Oh, thank you, Derek. Just if I'm allowed to name a few businesses in that space. So there's, if you look up Outback Academy, Outback Academy Australia, they have a line of First Nations coffee. I think it's called. It's if you check out their website, there's a range of coffee there, which is I've actually again that was another one of those trade kind of projects. I was sent some of their coffee. Did a little bit of work for them, and is absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. There's Binjung Tea as well. Is a Australian Aboriginal tea business that has a range of absolutely incredible tea. So their tea is beautiful. Very highly recommend checking them out. And then of course there's Black Brews. That Brother Troy is doing incredible things. I think he's been featured on Gordon Ramsay's TV show and doing some stuff with Gordon Ramsay as well at the moment. So Black Brews is another amazing Aboriginal business here in Australia that has a tea range doing really well.
We might be able to put those in the comments too, Adam. All those businesses that if we get those, we'll put those in the comments, and then people can look them up as well, brother.
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat while we're talking.
Good.
But I'm sure there's a few other ones out there that I've missed. But I'll send you some links.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. And watch out for the JB and CJ line of teas coming out shortly as well.
Beautiful.
What teas? What happened to the coffee?
Coffee and tea, brother.
Yeah, and I also remember Kerry Arabina having some coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, I just can't remember exactly how you pronounce the line of teas, but it's something along the line of Elaine, or something like that.
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Very good.
Something like that.
Beautiful.
Something like that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, that's great. Oh, Black News, Green Tea, Outback Academy.
Yeah, we'll put those in the.
Mm.
We'll work out how to do that, brother.
Hey? Oh, yeah, I can't do it online here, but I can do it on my phone. So, but
I'll try and do it. But you keep talking.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to get them off there, Adam, and I'll put them.
Yeah,
on.
that's all right. I'll send them to you. That's all good.
All right, that'd be good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No worries.
So that's exciting. I mean, it's really interesting having a chat with you about this stuff because it just brings back those things, that around business that we don't talk about, I suppose. You know what I mean? That I don't get a chance to talk about. But I love that. That concept, I suppose. But I remember that they talk about what they call it up in Bunya Mountains there. And that's where all the festivals, the food, and all the trade was happening up in Bunya Mountains. I don't know.
That was the original meeting place, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Meeting and trading place, yes.
Meeting and trading place, that's correct. Yeah. So a festival up there would be great. Something happening up there would be fantastic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would be, one of the things that our chamber would do, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, just to resurrect the Bunya Festival.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And it's a bit of a walk, though. I think that's what happened back in the day. Is they just walked from wherever they were.
Everywhere, didn't they?
Yeah. No, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But mate, look, I'm really, really excited about the work you're doing, Adam. It's really good. I mean,
thank you.
And not only, I think what you're doing around southeast Queensland and elsewhere, but up in Dormagee and stuff like that is really good because I always thought that economic development is an important part of the whole picture, I suppose, the solution, if you like. Yeah, it sort of levels the playing field a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It kind of levels the playing field a bit, which is good. Yeah, mate. I missed it a few months back. Who said that? Mark Williams. Fantastic.
Williams, yep.
There you go. Still going, Pony Festival.
Now, Mark Williams, where are you now? You in Queensland or New South Wales? I know you. I know you were travelling down to New South Wales, so um, don't know if you're back on the Gold Coast or in New South Wales, brother. So let us know. Drop us a line. We've also got Francis White watching. Hello, Fran. How are you? One more from Derek Wilson. Appreciated, Adam. Both links to coffee, tea, yet also First Nations rights to food, medicines. It's something my partner and I talk about. Awesome work you're doing, Adam. Economics creates pathways for all. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. Really appreciate that.
So plenty of good comments, plenty of beautiful comments, brother. So we appreciate you coming on and having a yarn with us.
Oh, I'm very honoured to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, one more thing too, brother. I forgot to congratulate Brisbane Lions on their premiership.
It was so good. Yeah, thank you.
It.
Yeah, it was a great game. Yeah, really exciting. Yeah, been following the Lions. My dad used to take me to Brisbane Bears games down at Crown Stadium. Way back before they became the Lions, and been following them for a really, really long time, and been very fortunate. Brother Anthony Corrie, who is the Indigenous Welfare officer at the Lions, we've taken some of our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander kids at my kids' school. We've organised a few excursions to the Lions, and Anthony's been amazing to accommodate that and take us and show us around the new the Brighton Homes Arena, I think it's called, the Lions training grounds, and take us around there. And we've been fortunate to meet all of the First Nations players, and I think they're a really incredible club and amazing players, and really excited to see that premiership one.
Totally deserved it, brother. Fantastic effort. Come from fifth to win it as well. So big effort. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done to the Penrith Panthers as well. 4 in a row. Well done. Can't argue about that. Some Storm supporters may argue about that with what was going on last night, but we'll leave it at that. They did well. They did well. Now, Mark Williams said he's back in Queensland. His sister, Meg Williams, did give me some Indigenous coffee too recently. So there you go.
Okay, that's wonderful.
We've also got your better half, Adam, Carmel, I'm watching as well. Hello, Carmel, and good evening to you.
I saw some Aboriginal coffee from an Aboriginal organisation at the Cairns airport recently. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
So they're using their coffees, which is fantastic. So I should have went. I will next time go and buy a bag, but I don't like making coffee. I like to just someone else make the coffee, you know. So maybe I'll just go there to the airport just to have a coffee. I think. Not go anywhere.
Mate, you go to more places than what I go to, so you'll be at the airport shortly, I reckon. So.
Oh yeah, well, who knows, mate? Yeah, who knows? But I've got to tell you, it's been the longest time I've been grounded for weeks now. So it's been a bit slow, but anyway, I'm still doing stuff here, but haven't travelled anywhere, which is good. And that's what out of I suppose that's what happens, I guess, once you've got that foundation happening. You can stay at home and operate and be with family and stuff. Yeah.
It's always good to be at home too. It's always good to get back home and into your own bed, and you always have the best sleep in your own bed, I reckon. So we got back this afternoon, and we're pretty happy to be back home, and in the quiet actually. So
I think for me, I love. very fortunate to have the opportunities to travel, and I love working out on country and just meeting new people, building new relationships, and there's some of the beautiful people that I've been so fortunate to meet and build those relationships with. But yeah, it is really. I do always miss home and miss Carmel, miss the kids a lot when I'm traveling, and that part of it is really hard, and just being away from them is definitely the hardest part. So I think I love that mixture of doing some traveling, but also being able to work from home as well. I'm very fortunate to be in that position to have that mix of both kind of two worlds there. But
Now,
really
now,
miss
brother, I love how your new Carmel come on and was watching, and you said the right thing. I miss you. So well done, because that's a few little brownie points, brother.
definitely, and thank you because I don't have access to see what you fellas can see. I didn't know that Carmel was watching, but you kind of gave me that little bit of a heads up there as well.
Well, you owe me a coffee then, brother. We'll work it out when we see
Yeah.
each other.
Definitely do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well done, Adam. Hey, listen, before I know we're probably going to be jumping off shortly, but I just wanted to know, how's your dad going, mate? Is he down in Goldie there?
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you for asking, CJ. Yeah, they're doing really well. I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, my sister did pass away a couple of years ago. So that was really devastating for both mum and dad, of course. But they're they're doing as well as can be with in that regard. But they are still they still have their business as well, and still full steam ahead with all the work that they're doing in their business, and that's all going really well. So yeah, thank you for asking, CJ. They're going along well. Thank you.
Please pass on my regards, mate. Yeah.
Now,
Thank
Adam, how far does Jim come out to work? Will he come out to Maryvale, you reckon?
Oh, definitely, absolutely, and I think they're always looking for excuses to come visit us as well. So
Yeah.
absolutely, they would love
I
to
might
come.
have to give Jim a ring then and get him out, because he's
We'll
done.
have to give him
He did some work for us a long time ago when we were on the Goldie, and absolutely fantastic work he did. So highly recommend Jim and his business. He might give that a plug too, Adam.
Yeah, well, thank you. Space Maker Wardrobes is his
Space
business,
Maker, that's it.
and yeah, he travels. He actually travels all over the place, a lot up and down the East Coast, and he's always down in Sydney, down in Melbourne, doing deliveries all over.
Yeah,
The place. So
that's right. Because we were lucky enough when we were having our gathering last October,
yeah, yes,
and he called in and said g'day, and him and your mum come and said g'day. So that was
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah.
they did. Yes, that they were on a. I think they were on a delivery trip at that stage, and but had made the most of the opportunity to come to the camp as well, which was
Yeah, fantastic.
lovely. They had a wonderful time.
He does a great job. Yeah, that's all that. That what do you call it? Custom built, I suppose, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Custom built, cupboards and wardrobes and shelving and all that sort of stuff. It's really, and he does. And I remember talking to him about his business, and he does clock up a lot of miles. And
Yes.
sometimes he does it by himself, which is,
Yeah,
sometimes is what we got to do, I guess. So just,
yeah.
finding good people is hard to find these days. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, please pass on my regards and
Thanks.
yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just before we go, I just want to thank you, Adam, for coming on again and sharing a little bit of what you do, and you and Carmel do actually, because it's just amazing stuff. It really is, brother. I mean, I can't talk highly enough of our experiences with you guys. So we do thank you for that. Yeah, and I just also want to pay respects to everyone that's going through sorry business at the moment as well, because there's a fair bit of that going on, and everyone that's having anniversaries. I know it's my brother's anniversary tomorrow, so I'll be thinking of the big fella up there, and everyone else that's going through anniversaries and sorry business as well. So yeah, thanks, brother, for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Thank you both.
Really love having you on, and we'll have you on again to come back and tell us how you're doing in the future. Because me and CJ are going to still be here in 15 years. So
That's a 15 years. Have we 5 years yet or not?
nearly
Nearly
5 years.
5 years. Yeah, right. Yeah. No,
Wow.
it's good, mate. Actually, I'll tell you what, JB. Just when we came back from Alice Beach, just from the lunch and a bit of a swim down there, pulled into the shopping centre here and bought a bread loaf tin. And when I was looking at it, I'm thinking that's what we made those bloody banana breads, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to give it another crack.
Yeah.
Back in COVID days.
Back in COVID days, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. So I went and bought another one. So look out.
Good work. Good work.
Beautiful. No, well,
All right.
thank you. I just love to say thank you to you both as well for inviting me on, and it's just always an honor to be included and to be here. So thank you both, and I just love the work that you're both doing, and it's just I think really special and really needed and really so valuable. So thank you both so much for the work that you're both doing and for inviting me on again. It's just been absolute pleasure to be here and an honor to be here as well. So thank you.
Beautiful, brother.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I mean,
Thanks, guys. We have got a special guest for next week. Al Harris is going to come on from Reconciliation Australia. So we look forward to seeing Al next Monday and following up the great work that Adam's doing. So
Yes.
thanks, everyone, for joining us. We had some beautiful comments, Adam, and had a lot of people dropping in and saying g'day. And yeah, so it's just testament to yourself, brother. So
Thank you so much.
Very good.
so
Well,
thank you, guys.
thank you very much.
Over and out for now. I'm going to give CJ, you got the last word, brother.
Oh, I have it. All I'm going to say is, look, stay safe, look after yourself. We'll see you on Monday. Actually, we'll probably see you on Friday morning. We're
Yep.
trying to get on Friday mornings, give you a bit of a preview of what's coming up on next Monday, but also a little bit of what's going on Friday for both of us. So hopefully we'll see you then. Stay safe.
Well said, brother. Thank you, guys.